My son Noah, who's the youngest of 8, has been asking me for the last 2 weeks, Mom, will you please make me an apple crisp? Well, life has been so busy and I just have not been able to get to it. So I told him this morning, I said, guess what? I'm making you your apple crisp. He's like, yes. So I got my ginger gold apples. I'm gonna get them all ready to go. And he's super excited. But you know what though? He's such a nice guy that I know he's gonna share it with everybody else. So let's get going on Noah's apple crisp. I have been so busy this last week working on my garden. So right here is my homemade spaghetti sauce, which you're gonna see that video. Over here is my homemade sun-dried tomatoes, which I'm dehydrating them right now. You're gonna see that video too. So I'm just getting things done, like getting things done. So this is my first batch. I plan on making another one. And so what I do is once I get all the sauce made, or my spaghetti sauce made, then I can it. And it's just a water bath, it's super easy. And then my sun-dried tomatoes is the same thing. It's gonna take me probably a week to dehydrate all the tomatoes. So I just take them off each tray, put them in a bowl in the fridge. And then after all of them are dehydrated, then I make my sun-dried tomatoes. So I have to still get my huge thing of olive oil. And I gotta get a little bit more tomato paste because I like to add it to my spaghetti sauce just to make it a little thicker. But this is not a video on homemade spaghetti sauce and sun-dried tomatoes. This is a video on making my son, I almost said my husband, making my son his apple crisp that he's been wanting forever. So let's get going. I already said that once. So let's get going 3 times. So I have a bowl of water here. I'm gonna put some lemon in it. So as I cut my apples, when you put the apples in the lemon water, it helps them to stay nice so they don't go brown. So after I cut the apples, I'm gonna put them in here. I'm gonna kind of dry them up a little bit, and then we're gonna add like some cinnamon sugar. I'm gonna be making it a little different than a traditional, what am I making again? A traditional apple crisp. There we go. I want to say turnover. I'm actually gonna make a crust. It's basically the same thing as an apple crisp, except you put the topping on the bottom and the top, and you push it down so it's a crust. So we're gonna make it that way. Okay, so we got the lemons, and now I'm gonna get these apples going. So yes, I know that you can get an apple peeler core, but I like to do just a traditional peeling like my mama did it, like my grandma did it, like my great-grandma did it, and my mother-in-law, and then her mother. I'm just gonna do the old traditional peel them with your little peeler. Look at that, it took 2 seconds. And I don't like mine, you know how the apple peeler core makes them really thin? I don't like that because I feel like when you do that and you cook them, I feel like they're mushy. So, look at that. 1 apple, voila, in the pot. So when me and Noah and my daughter Haley went to Muskegon, we went to an apple farm, and holy cow, the girls and the mom working there, they were absolutely adorable. So sweet. And so I picked up a whole half bushel of Honeycrisp apples, and I picked up a half bushel of these ginger gold apples. I think that's what they're called. And they're super nice. I actually like them a little better than the Honeycrisp. They're a lot sweeter. But I think too, like if I didn't have these already, I think my apple of choice to make an apple crisp would be a Granny Smith, because a Granny Smith is tart. And so when you add sugar and cinnamon to it, it doesn't make it overly sweet. Where I think like a Honeycrisp and like these ginger golds that are so sweet, you gotta be careful how much sugar you add because then it'll be so sweet, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, super simple. I make this every year for my guys. I also make a rhubarb crisp. When I pick my rhubarb and grab strawberries from the store, I make them a strawberry rhubarb crisp. Okay, so I'm gonna keep doing this. You're gonna want to have at least 8 cups of apples. So just keep doing it till you measure it, and you know what? Grab a cup of coffee, put on some Christmas music, and do this. I've lately, every time I do something lately, I've been turning on my K-Love and just like enjoying the time. Like right now, it might seem a little dark in my house because I only have like my overhead light. I don't have all the lights on because I don't know, I just feel like really relaxed without all the lights. And it's beautiful outside, like it's the perfect fall weather. My son Noah's out there doing some bow shooting, you know, just like practicing. Josh, he's getting all the wood ready because every year our church family comes over to our property and we do a hayride and a big bonfire and games, which is so relaxing, and the leaves are turning, so it's looking so beautiful. But it has been a little too warm for me. Like, it's been in the 70s, and I'm kind of thinking, come on already. It's time for us to have like a true fall. Look I've already done like 5 apples with you guys. Like, it's so, I think this is just as fast. That's just my opinion. But okay, I'm gonna keep doing these, and then we're gonna get it all together and get I'm on a roll. It's only gonna take me probably 5 more minutes to finish the rest of these, but look how smooth this is. And I'm not gonna throw away these peelings, because you know what? You can make like an apple water. You can put them in your water, or the boys can take them and they can take them and put them in their bait piles or whatever. I'm gonna do something with them. I'm not sure what, but something. Maybe I'll put them in some water with some like cinnamon, and have it like be in the air, like a nice, you know, make the air all fally smelling. Because lately it's been smelling like garlic because of my spaghetti sauce, but it's been so nice today. I went and cleaned the church, came back, and all the guys went golfing. So I cleaned up my kitchen, got my spaghetti sauce made, just kind of relaxed. It's been just like a really nice, relaxing week. And I'm so glad, because life has been a little overwhelming for this mom lately. And I got my house project. You seen that video? My house is officially started. New windows are being put in, new siding. Then I'm gonna be bringing my food storage upstairs so I don't have to go to the basement anymore. Like, so many cool things is happening. Like, so many cool things. And my son-in-law, David, and my son, Robert, have been doing it. And Joshy's been helping, so it's been really nice. Okay, I'm gonna start blabbering. I'm not gonna start blabbering because I have been blabbering. I'm gonna stop blabbering because I only have an hour to get this done, because I have to get ready and look all pretty, because all the girls are gonna look so beautiful. And so I gotta keep up with a bunch of 20-year-olds. And that's really hard to do when you're like twice their age, right? Okay. Must keep pressing on. I was able to find a couple Granny Smith apples in my fridge. So I'm gonna mix it with these ginger gold. So there's some tartness into it, and then there's some sweet apples. So I think I added, already added a couple, so I found like 6. So I'm gonna just finish putting these in here. I'm gonna let them soak a little bit. I have to get the rest of my ingredients. But like I said, the topping is also the crust, and you don't do anything more special. Like, okay, that one, there we go. The Granny Smith are a little more tough. Okay, so I got all my apples in here. I'm gonna soak them. See how it just keeps them nice? Like, I mean, these ones I've already done, they look beautiful. And that's what the lemon does. All right, squeeze a little bit more of that lemon in here. Okay, so I'd say maybe 10 minutes. Leave them in the water in 10 minutes as you get out all your other ingredients. Okay. All right, so I took out the apples. They are gonna be wet. That's okay, because you wanna create a syrup anyway. So it is 1 cup of packed brown sugar. So I did more apples. So I'm gonna give you the recipe and the directions for 1 batch. I'm doubling my batch. So if you're just doing a single batch, it's a 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar, 1/4 cup of white sugar, 1/3 cup of flour, and then a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cloves. I love using cloves. Whenever I do anything with pumpkin spice, I always add cloves. A tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. If you want to just do cinnamon, you can. And then 1 tablespoon of vanilla. So mix all this so it's completely coating the apples. And then we're gonna let it set, because like I said, you want it to form a syrup. This is your filling, your apple filling. And the reason we put the flour in it is so the filling, the syrup will be kind of thicker. Joshy's been all day getting ready for our hayride tomorrow at our property with our church. He's gotten wood, he's asking for Gatorades, he's gotten water pitchers, and I mean, just you name it, he has gotten it there. He's been working all day. So make sure everything's coated really well. Oop, I lost an apple there. Look at that. Nice, hey? And actually the water is nice to have a little bit of water in there because you want it to be all syrupy. Okay, so voila, that took what, maybe a minute to add all this. So you're gonna set this aside. We want it to form a syrup. So as the sugar is on the apples, it's gonna start to form juices. And so you're gonna let this set for about 15 to 20 minutes. And while this is setting, we are gonna start making the crust and the crumb topping. While this is still sitting, I got out my pretty casserole dish for the apple crisp. We're gonna add everything together. So it's 1.5 cups of oats. Now I do quick cooking oats and old fashioned together. 1.5 cups of flour, 1 cup of packed brown sugar, 1/2 cup of white sugar, 1/2 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, 1/2 teaspoon of cloves, because we've already put it in this, so I don't want to put too much, right? 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And 2 sticks of, I didn't completely melt it, so softened to melted butter. And then we're gonna whisk this together. Now, if you have a hand mixer, I do have a hand mixer, you can do that too if you want. So I think it's gonna be fine, but once it starts mixing, it's probably gonna kind of get clogged up into my whisk, but that's okay. So we're just gonna mix this all together. You want it really moist. And we're gonna press half of it into the bottom of the casserole dish, put our apple pie filling on top. You know what too, if you want, you could also drizzle some caramel over the apples. Ooh, I might do that. Or you know what, wait until it comes out and it's cooled a little bit and drizzle the caramel over the topping. Ooh, caramel and apples. We still have to do our caramel apples. Every year we get together and we decorate caramel apples. Josh, back and forth, and we do a contest. And we also do that for our pumpkin carving contest. Okay, so you're just gonna mix it all together here. I mean, super easy, like super easy, super fast. And then we're gonna bake it, or I'm gonna bake, I always say we're gonna. I'm gonna bake it at 350 degrees. It's not gonna take long. You want your apples to get soft. See how it kind of gets stuck in the whisk? So if you wanna use a hand mixer, if you wanna use a hand mixer, go right ahead and use your hand mixer. But if you wanna use a hand mixer, you can. All right, there we go. I'm actually gonna use my spoon that I got. I'm mixing my apples with. Okay, so see that? We're just gonna mix this together. You see that really good? It is so nice right now. I got my candle lit. It's calm and real. This is the perfect day today. I got to serve in my church and help, and yeah, so nice. But I know when the guys come back from golf, it's gonna be chaos. Okay. Let me just get all my stuff out of the way here. So I have the topping and crust, the apple pie filling. I'm gonna mix this just again. I'm not even making sense. I'm gonna mix it just again. I'm gonna mix it again to get that apple. And you know too, when it cooks, even the topping is gonna put flavoring into the apples. So you're gonna take, you know, half, depending on what the size of your, I cannot talk today. Depending on what size you're gonna do with your apple crisp. Mine's the smaller, it's smaller. I'm done. The bottom is smaller than the top, so I'm not gonna need as much on the bottom. So you're just gonna press it in here. See that? Press it in the bottom. Doesn't just feel like my house is so calm and just kind of relaxed? I don't feel relaxed because I have to get ready for dinner soon. But Noah has been so patient with his mother. And that fly just drew. I didn't have coffee today. I only had tea because I'm trying to stay away from coffee. But I'm going to have coffee tonight. That fly just was like, yeah, I see you're videoing. Okay. Okay, so I pressed the bottom down. Now it's time to pour these beautiful ginger, golden ginger, and Granny Smith apples. See how it has, see that juice coming out? Ooh la la. Just pour it over there. Nice. So the recipe calls for like 6 apples, but I doubled my recipe just because I know it's not gonna last. And I know that when I go tonight, I'm gonna have to bring back some vanilla ice cream because my kids like to put vanilla ice cream on it. So, ooh, look at that. Now it is overflowing a little bit, but as it cooks, it's gonna settle down because the apples are gonna get softer. No, this is perfect actually. This is so beautiful. Look at this. Oh, sorry, this is kind of in your way here. I've had this fan going on me like for 2 weeks because I just don't like the hot weather. All right, and so with the topping left over, I might have a little bit more than I need. Just kind of crumble it over the top. And it's gonna get down into those like little crevices. Oh, amazing. Perfect fall dessert. The perfect fall dessert. And just crumble it over the top. I probably could have done more of a crust with it, but that's okay. It seems like it's easier to crumble it away. Look at this, Noah. Are you excited?
So excited.
I kind of changed my recipe a little bit. I don't normally do a crust on the bottom, but I did. I used Granny Smith and I used golden ginger. I'm gonna make sure you're the first one to try it. How about that?
So
Yeah. Go ahead, my love. Yummy?
oh yeah.
Is it good? Okay, good. Okay, now we're gonna bake this for about, what I say, like 30, 40 minutes at 375. You just wanna bake it until the apples are soft. Once they're soft, pull it out. This should be nice and bubbly. It should be brown. So look at that. Okay, now it's time to go into the oven. Okay, so the apple crisp is done. While it was cooking, I got ready for our girls' dinner tonight. I even curled my hair, put a little lipstick on, some jewelry. I got some super cute pants on here. So I know it's gonna be hard to look at the apple crisp after me getting all ready like this, but here it is. It turned out absolutely great. It just has to cool. I'm gonna get some vanilla ice cream for the kids, but look at that. Beautiful. It smells really good too. So yummy. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm making this apple crisp for my son Noah. He's been waiting. Here's the close-up of the apple crisp. Look how beautiful that is. The guys are gonna really enjoy this. Make sure to subscribe and like to our family page, and here you go. Happy fall, y'all.